Alright, so my Qidi Tech printer printing carbon fiber filament for the first time. I have a buddy whose 2D vinyl cutter, the knife holder broke, so I designed a piece for him a while back and printed it in PLA. He used it for a period of time and it recently broke, so now we're going to try it in carbon fiber. But just to give you a little bit of history about my Qidi Tech, I've had it for a bunch of years now, and on deck you can see that I printed out a Monopoly card game case for it where it slides together beautifully, and then just below in front there is a dial indicator that I use to make sure that I get the bed absolutely perfectly level, like within 2 thou. Anyways, it's worked really well over the years. I've done a lot of designs. One of my favorite things to do is to fix things, so luckily enough my buddy's knife holder broke, and I'll give you a little bit more detail on that in a second. So I didn't mention, but the carbon fiber filament that I'm using is manufactured by Overture, and so I'll put a link for that in the description below. But there you have the piece that I designed and printed. I printed it solid in an attempt to try to make it stronger. I changed the design slightly, and you'll see the difference. I'm going to give you more details of that coming up. But I printed it solid in an attempt to try to make it stronger, changed the design, and he used it for quite a period of time, but this piece broke off the end, and it did not break off perfectly straight. So I was surprised by that. I thought maybe it might break along one of the layers, you know, so because I printed it from the bottom up like this, so I thought, it might break perfectly flat, but it didn't, as you can see. So I wish I knew how many times he'd used it, but when I give him the replacement that's going to be in carbon fiber, he's going to keep track of how many times he manages to use his vinyl cutter. So I've owned the Qidi Tech printer for a lot of years, and I'm still using the original nozzle, and I've done a lot of prints, but my understanding is that the carbon fiber is harder on nozzles and it will wear it out. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens there. But Qidi Tech was fantastic, and I mean, the machine came with spare nozzles, and for filling out a survey or something or other, they sent me more nozzles, so I have lots of these nozzles, so if I wear it out, it's not a huge deal. I also have another 3D printer, and that's an Anycubic Cobra Go, which I have posted some videos recently trying to help out people who are struggling with that. Anyway, stay tuned, and I'm going to show you exactly where this piece goes. I will show you the piece itself once it's done, and then for my next set of videos I'm going to actually do some stress testing to compare the PLA to the carbon fiber PLA. Anyways, if you're interested, stick around. Above on the left you're going to see the original knife clamp, and you can see where the prong had broken off. In the middle image you can see where that clamp holds the knife assembly in place. So the cylindrical device that's in the middle has a knife below. There's a spring assembly that is built into that. Then on the right you can see the redesigned clamp that I had made, where I closed in the end so that ideally the prongs would be stronger. Coming up shortly you're going to see how this broke. Alright, so the part is done. Let's see how this thing came out. Oh, okay, so snapped it loose. Boy, there's an awfully long strand sticking out of the front of this thing. That's kind of funny. There's a little meltdown right there, so I don't know what happened there. But the finish on this thing is just absolutely incredible. Wow. This side is really nice. Just a little odd defect at the top. Don't know what that is, but like I said, I'll get to the bottom of it. I'll figure it out. So, because the old piece broke, I actually increased the dimension this way and changing the material, so hopefully it'll be a lot stronger. But we're going to find out. I'm going to print a bunch more, and I'm going to do some stress testing on the carbon fiber laced PLA versus just plain PLA. So I'm going to show you again just really quickly, because I don't feel like I did a good job on the other part there, but I hope you can see that. The end broke off, and you can see that it was much narrower. Two in the gray regular PLA filament, so I'm going to do some stress testing on those, and I'll compare them to the black ones that are the carbon fiber laced filament. So want to just compare the two of them. My understanding is that carbon fiber, although it's a lot stronger, it's much more brittle. So stay tuned. Coming soon, a video where I will show you the stress testing and the results of those tests. Thanks for watching.